Hello, welcome back to Made by Manda Mount. I'm Manda and I make stuff. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make these super adorable Pokeball keychains. They are so quick and easy. This is literally a 10-minute or less make. It is no sew, and I think it's just the perfect thing to whip up for market events. My keychains usually do really well at market events, and I was having a hard time finding a tiny little Pokeball pattern specifically for bulky or super bulky yarn, which is what I generally use. So this pattern is going to be specifically for bulky or super bulky yarn. You can use a smaller worsted weight yarn. It just might come out super itty bitty, so be prepared for that. Any items you see used in this video will be linked in the description below. I am using Dolphin Baby yarn, which is considered a super bulky yarn. It's a little smaller than like a Bernat blanket or a chenille home slim, but it is considered bulky, and it's my favorite yarn to use for keychains because they just come out nicely sized. Like, this is just like the cutest little size keychain. I will be using a 5mm hook. I also have a stitch marker, a sewing needle, some embroidery scissors, and I have the stuff that I use for my keychain are these claw clips and these chains that I buy separately on Amazon. Like I said, will have them linked. And let's get started. I am going to start with my red yarn here. Let me get some pulled off this skein. And we're going to start with a magic ring. And we are going to put 6 single crochets inside this magic ring. 3, 4, 5, 6. To pull that closed. I'm always praying that my magic ring is just gonna nicely close for me. And then we are going to add our stitch marker on our last stitch. And now we are going to go around and do a round of increases in each stitch. So that means we're going to put 2 stitches in each stitch. 1, 2. Okay, that row is finished, and now we're gonna move our stitch marker to our last stitch again. And now we are going to do a round of single crochets, which should be 12 single crochets all the way around. You should have 12 stitches after your row of increases. Okay, this was our 3rd row, and now we are going to switch colors to our black yarn. I'm going to take this stitch marker out and grab my black yarn, and to do my color change, I just like to go into this last stitch right here. I go into both little loops of that last stitch, and I take my black yarn and I pull it through, and then I take my red yarn and pull it out of that loop. So now I'm just left with the black yarn, and we are going to have 6 black stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're going to switch to white. I'm going to go again into that black stitch. Get my white here. We're gonna pull that through, pull the black out, and we're gonna make a mini bobble stitch. So for this mini bobble stitch, it's just going to have 3 double crochets. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3 double crochets in the same stitch, and then pull that through, and there's a little mini bobble. That's going to be our little Pokeball button. Is that what it's called? A button? And then we're going to switch back to our black yarn, and there should be 5 stitches left. Okay, that was the last stitch in that round. And here's what our Pokeball is looking like so far. Now we are going to switch to white yarn. If you want, you can actually cut your red yarn at this point because we won't be needing it anymore. So we'll get that out of the way. And now we start with our white round. We are going to do 12 single crochets around. And I'm going to take my stitch marker again, insert that into my last stitch, and now we're going to do a single crochet decrease round. So we're going to do a single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease, and continue like that until you reach the end of the round. And guess what, guys? That is all the rounds. So now we are going to fasten off our Pokeball. So we are going to cut our black yarn off, and then you'll want to leave a little bit of a tail on your white yarn so that we could sew this up. Just pulling that through, stick these yarns back inside. And we're going to put some polyfill in here. You literally need like the tiniest amount of polyfill for these, which is also really nice. You don't have to spend a lot in materials. I don't even know, like literally like this amount. Just going to stick that in there. I like to kind of make sure it's really full so that when we close the bottom, it kind of holds its shape. So just like that. And now I'm going to take my sewing needle and I'm going to thread this through. And I am going to go through the front loop of each stitch and sew this together. Okay. This is the most satisfying part. Watching the hole close, nice. And then you can just hide your yarn inside your project. I like to like fluff this out a little bit. Just go in there and move some of the polyfill around so that the bottom's nice and round. And then you can cut this white yarn. Stick this little part inside there. There you go. There's your Pokeball. You can leave it like this, or if you like the black ring around the Pokeball, I just was getting an extra piece of black yarn. And I just kind of thread it through here. Make sure it's nice and close to that little button area, mini bobble stitch. And then I literally just take it and I wrap it nice and tight around the bobble stitch, just like that. And then I just sew it back through. There you go. And we can tie this together and hide these strings inside of our Pokeball. Stick it back in. And then I'm going to, for my keychains, I just kind of take this chain and I like stick it through the top stitch, the middle of our magic ring around, and I just feed it out. And put my keychain on. There it is. I fluff it back up after. There's your Pokeball keychain. There she is. I think these are so cute and so quick to make, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!